We'll start today's episode back in camp. Glory is somewhat rested and ready to check in with her new friends.
A tingle runs through your head and down to your feet.
Ah, there it is. That shiver. Our little brainworms have made fast friends, it would seem. How do you feel?
Nervous. I don't like the idea of that thing in my brain.
It's natural to suffer a touch of worry, but an illithid worm should be causing more than mild anxiety. Before the illithid's unscheduled surgery, I'd felled hundreds of beasts and a fair few fiends. The tadpoles weakened me, suppressed greater talents, but beyond that, I've showed no signs of turning. No nausea, no pain, not even a hot flash.
It makes no sense, I know. Why haven't we turned?
Perhaps the worm's vat was poisoned. Perhaps we're uncommonly fit. Or perhaps the tadpoles are merely on holiday. We could conjecture all night. I suppose the why doesn't matter so much as the what next. And that answer is plain as the horns on a war devil's head. We get these things out. Let's get some rest. Dawn comes sooner than we think. The goblins still infest the roads. As long as their leaders live, Zevlor's people are trapped.
Tell me, Wyll, how did you come to be the Blade of Frontiers?
My father once said, one does not pursue a champion's life. One merely answers its call. So it was for me. I was hunting near the Cloakwood when I heard it. A child crying out from a lone farmstead. I found him in the fields, flanked by goblins. His mother's corpse bled into the soil next to him. I don't remember much of the battle, but I remember drying the boy's tears after.
What act could be finer than saving a life? You must have felt proud.
Proud? No. Angry. Angry at the monsters preying on innocents. Angry at the so-called good gods for tolerating the cruelty of the evil. Angry at myself that it took so long for me to see the coast suffering. The frontiers demanded a blade. And so I heeded.
And before that?
Baldur's Gate, born and raised. The only son of a single father. He wanted one life for me. I chose another. We haven't spoken since I left the city. A classic drama. A staunch father and his rebellious son. Better heard from the bard's lips than mine.
So how does the Blade of Frontiers end up chasing a devil in the Hells?
Karlach's fires raged in Baldur's Gate before she escaped to Avernus, as my source told it, and she was planning to return. One of the archdevils Zariel's own, chaos incarnate, a devil with pure fire for a heart. I made my way to Avernus to stop her. She fled from my reach, even climbed aboard the Mind Flayer ship as it screeched through the Hells. I followed in close pursuit. I can't bear to imagine the lives Karlach might be taking, the damage she might be doing.
It's not exactly easy to journey to the Hells from the Sword Coast. How did you manage it?
A powerful friend with a keen interest in privacy. I'm sworn to say no more.
Oh, all right, let's move on to other matters then.
All right. Anything more we should discuss?
Well, forgive me if it's not something you like to talk about, but I've noticed your stone eye. Did you lose it in battle?
A most vicious one, in fact. It's made from pure bloodstone, carved from the Galena Mountains just north of the Moonsea. A reminder that sometimes blood must be shed and sacrifices must be made. But that story is reserved for lifetime friends and calmer days.
I did pry too much, didn't I? We can change the subject.
By all means.
I just wanted to know more about your past because I seem to have lost part of mine. My memories, Could the parasite have done that?
Seems unusual to me. Then again, we're talking about tadpoles inserted into our brains by rubber-skinned tentacle monsters. There's nothing usual about it. All the more reason to stick close. I think you'll agree.
I've known a few warlocks in my time. Talented, of course, though sometimes too eager to listen to the devils on their shoulders. Comes with the territory, unfortunately.
The Blade of Frontiers. Let's hope Wyll lives up to his name. We'll need all the help we can get.
So what do you think of all that's happened to us so far?
We've been through quite a lot, with likely more to come. Care to narrow it down a little?
You must have thoughts about our little stowaways.
Must I? Thinking about it won't help. We know what to do, so let's do it. Find a way to rid ourselves of these things. Personally, I think finding this Halsin is our best bet. If we're truly desperate, we can try to convince that goblin gut in assisting us.
And what will you do if we actually manage to remove the tadpoles?
I suppose we'd go our separate ways. Not a slight on your company, of course.
Where would you go?
Home. Baldur's Gate. There's someone waiting for me there. Someone I have to reach. As soon as possible.
Family? A friend? A lover?
Let's just say it's a very personal, very private acquaintance.
Message received. Guess that's our cue to sleep and start a new day.
Aradin's back with his tail between his legs. I'm glad for your help, but I'd hoped you were Halsin.
If I don't help my kin, who will?
Ain't that Bashaba's bitter truth? It's appreciated. Trust me. After another.
Glad you were here for those goblins. Picked one off yesterday myself. Shot her through the throat. Well, that should have killed her, but she kept gasping. Clawing at the arrow.
Taking life always has a cost. You have to feel it, or you'll lose who you are.
I had the same thought. And it's just going to keep happening.
What's next?
Have to keep going.
I won't give in.
You
have good timing. Never been much of a fighter, so wrestling a bugbear would have gone... poorly. But you're not here for heroics, are you? Avernus's stench is all over your skin. Let me guess. Your devil mistress sent you to get her soul coin back. Too bad. I earned it, fair and square.
The path I follow is far more noble, but if you possess a devil's artifact, you should leave it in my charge.
I'm going to be chased all over Faerun for this damn coin, aren't I? Fine. Take it as a grudging payment for the rescue. Now leave me in peace.
A soul coin, true to its name, holds a mortal soul inside. It serves in the Nine Hells as very valuable currency.
Was a time I tussled with hill giants without breaking a sweat. Now, a mere werebear could swat me halfway to arm.
Strange things are happening to us. What festers in our minds may well impel our bodies.
Zoru was right. Yellow as a toad, and twice as ugly.
The thing's dangerous. Leave it for the goblins to kill.
And if it escapes, how will you... Oh, a guest.
Your skull pounds in response to the prisoner's white-hot stare. Her lips don't move, yet you hear her voice.
Get rid of them.
Your quarry looks dangerous, but I've handled worse. Leave it to me. Get to safety.
She's right. Let's go. We need to check out that blast.
Blast? I could use more specifics.
You didn't hear it? Shook our camp good, so we came for a look.
Enough gawking. Get me down.
Can't believe I just lied for you.
Observe and listen. You'll hear goblins before you see them.
The tadpole hasn't yet scrambled all your senses. Auspicious. But the longer we wait, the more it consumes. My people possess the cure for this infection. I must find a creche. You will join me.
Careful. She obviously sees your kindness as weakness. Don't let her take advantage.
You're clearly no friend to tieflings. We'll go our separate ways, I think.
You would sacrifice yourself to Gale. Such tiring mediocrity.
Fine. Can we try working together?
Make space, and my might is yours.
Take Shadowheart's place.
See you at camp then.
Ready for battle. You have made an ally from Creche Kalir. Few know such fortune. Call me Lae'zel. Come. The Horned Ones mentioned a camp. One there, this Zoru, has seen Githyanki. A creche must be near. We will ask this Zoru where he has seen my kin.
Well, looks like we're running back to the grove real quick.
By Mordai's eyes, another one. My friend's blood not enough. Come to rip me open too.
In Creche Kalir, a formal greeting begins with a bow.
Is this monster with you?
Show some sympathy, Lae'zel. He's terrified.
Has the tadpole ravaged your senses? Sympathy will not lead us to purity.
Enough. Stand down. I won't tell you again.
Kichoki. Fine.
You can breathe again. I won't let her hurt you.
Thanks. What do you want from me?
Just information. Where did you see the Githyanki?
On the road to Baldur's Gate, near the mountain pass. Saw us, for we saw it. Jammed its blade through Yul's belly, straight to the other side. Man, I just ran.
The map. Show me.
Thanks for your help, and apologies for my companion.
No hard feelings.
A Githyanki joining our company. Not a collaboration I'd have anticipated, but a welcome one nonetheless.
Githyanki are impressive. Cold as ice when they're not blazing hot. I wager Lae'zel's no exception.
The last time a subordinate questioned my judgment, I ate tongue stew that very night.
You shouldn't have been so rough with him.
Rough? Soon you will be vomiting blood and tearing apart your own flesh. When the tentacles sprout from your lips, will you still cry that I was rough?
Enough. Just tell me what's our next move.
The tiefling was clear. If there are Githyanki west of here, that must be our objective. Purification cannot wait.
We're tieflings. With an F.
I am unfamiliar with the... well, I shall not say culture. Custom, perhaps. You will educate me on matters of this Fey run.
Sure.
These tieflings prove fragile. I've a mind to end their misery myself.
Harsh. Remind me to stay on your good side.
You were never on my good side.
Yeah, we need to talk.
I tire of this Faerun. Its temperate skies, its soft people. Would that I were doing battle among the tears.
Faerun isn't so bad, and neither are its people. Give it a chance.
I see naught but cowards cowering in their groves and grottos. Flowering meadows and fecund soil have softened their minds and muscles. They rely on strangers' swords when they should be forging their own.
Well, I don't totally disagree with that. Wait, what do you mean by the tears?
Look above. Watch the moon cross the sky. The tears follow behind it. Rocky bodies tumbling through the sea of night. One of them is my crush, Kalea.
Oh, she's homesick. It must be quite a shock to leave your creche and arrive here.
Do you think me so sheltered? My entire clutch battled beholders deep within the eye of the sky. We infiltrated a Neogi spelljammer and laid waste to its crew. The tears span Toral's sky, Venisk. There is more to this realm than this grassy pebble.
I guess there is. I like that conversation with Lae'zel because I feel like it shows us a lot about her character. You know, she is the only one that got dropped on a planet that is not her home, so she probably does feel even more like an outsider.
Lae'zel, have you ever done a good deed just for the sake of it?
I have performed deeds well and efficiently. Is this what you mean?
Not exactly. But you answered my question.
You! Not another step, hear me? Boss! Got company up here!
What's this then? Trying to creep around us and loot the crypt? Not happening. Or is it the ship you're after? Don't matter either way. It's ours. All of it.
You selfish cur. There might be survivors, yet you think only of loot? Leave before I make you leave.
Well, in that case, come on, you lot. No point in getting killed. Second worm gets the cheese and all.
Second mouse gets the cheese, no?
Nobody's getting any damn cheese. Now move it.
It would have been quicker to kill them.
I think that's about as rude as Glory's gonna get. And even then, it's just because she's worried about the safety of others.
Why do you give a book? Everything all right out there?
Gimblebach ran. Your friends abandoned you.
Yeah? Well, I always were a bit soft. But I've got plenty of friends who ain't soft. Come in here and you can meet them.
Well, who are we to turn down an invitation?
There's something underneath here.
I've never gone into the crypt this way before, so let's do it. We'll be fine. Alright, let's take care of business and head into the crypt.
Armed scribes, but no sign of a struggle.
Let's move before we meet the same fate.
Looks like someone wanted to bury their secrets.
This book is far lighter than it should be with such a massive log.
We'll do the Paladin Wisdom roll. Channel the magic spark of your oath.
As the lock opens, a loose page comes with it. Magic pulses from the parchment. What was once script is now an obliterated scrawl. You have a sense these are names, a list. But of what?
Let's do the religion check.
Gods. These are the names of gods, once lost but now restored after the Second Sundering. The last three names in this book sit close together, but are so devastated by the scrawl as to be unreadable. Entire pantheons have dwindled and been reborn, silently recorded by this book.
Now, would Glory be okay with opening up these sarcophaguses? Sarcophagi. Yeah, I mean, there's a soul coin in there, so she would want to protect that artifact. It's not looting, it's protecting.
That's Jurgle, scribe of the dead. I didn't think anyone still worshipped him.
Here lies the guardian of tombs. Through knowledge comes atonement.
I'm spent. I should unwind in camp.
So he has spoken, and so thou standest before me, right as always. What a curious way to awaken. Now, I have a question for thee. What is the worth of a single mortal's life?
What manner of undead are you to ask such a question?
I am not the same as those thou hast slain, if that is what thou askest. Wilt thou answer my question?
I suppose. Yes.
So, I ask again, what is the worth of a single mortal life?
That depends on the virtue of the life that is lived.
I am curious by what standards thou shalt judge. Very well. I am satisfied. We have met, and I know thy face. We will see each other again at the proper time and place. Farewell.
I'm not actually sure what Glory would do here. She might consider attacking Withers because he's clearly an undead, but not a typical one. So we'll just go about our business. And look who it is.
Please? Please come and... Hurry! I've got one of those brain things cornered. There, in the grass. You can kill it, can't you? Like you killed the others?
Easily. Just stand back.
There. Can you see it? Not a sound. Not if you want to keep that darling neck of yours. And you, keep your distance. No need for this to get messy.
Keep your cool. This one's all bite, no bark. Or is it the other way around?
Answer a few little questions, and we won't have to find out. Now, I saw you on the ship, didn't I? Nod?
She'll take Will's advice and play it cool. She'll just nod.
Splendid. And now you're going to tell me exactly what you and those tentacled freaks did to me.
You have it backwards. They took me prisoner, just like you.
Don't lie to me.
Your mind twists. You're looking out of unfamiliar eyes, prowling dark, busy streets. You try to hold the memory, but it fades to the worm. The light, the fear.
What was that? What's going on?
It's the Mind Flayer's worm. It connected us.
You're Not one of them. They took you. Just the same as me. And to think, I was ready to decorate the ground with your innards. Apologies.
Glad to see we're all caught up now.
Indeed we are. Please, allow me to introduce myself. My name's Astarion. I was in Baldur's Gate when those beasts snatched me.
I'm in quite the state, but I think I'm Glory.
A pleasure. So, do you know anything about these worms?
I know we don't want them in our heads.
No. Of that much we can be certain. These worms are already affecting me. I can feel it. Now, what to do about it?
And what's your plan?
Well, getting out of here for a start. Then finding anyone who knows about these worms. I need an expert. Someone who knows how to control these things.
Well, I need to get moving, but you can shelter at my camp.
I was ready to go this alone. But maybe sticking with the herd isn't a bad idea. Safety in numbers, after all. And I hate to turn down an invitation. All right. Maybe I'll see you there. Good luck.
As he leaves, you're flooded with visions of a perfect, pretty corpse.
Astarion has a certain swagger, don't you find? An interesting fellow. Nice hair to boot.